Jeff Marquez grew up in Venezuela, but in 2014 came to the United States as a political asylee.
In Venezuela, the persecution is just because you think different.
Marquez was once the director of public safety in Táchira, Venezuela. He says after he retired, he was persecuted for his political views and for presenting an investigative report exposing interference from the Cuban regime. He and his family were forced to flee the country in the middle of the night.
I present my news in one of the most important newspapers in Venezuela, so I was declared enemy by the government, so the government started persecution against me, my family.
Carlos Lopez says his mother made the decision to leave Venezuela in the late 90s when Hugo Chavez was in power.
She said, "This is not the place that my sons need to be raised."
Both men say for years, Venezuelans have been terrorized by the Chavez and Maduro regimes. What was one of the richest countries in Latin America became one of the poorest during the last two presidencies. They both say hearing Maduro was captured over the weekend was a sign of hope.
This is so important for us. This is 25 years of watching my family cry.
However, many Americans have hit the streets to protest Maduro's capture, criticizing U.S. involvement. But Jeff says some of those protesters just don't understand the life Venezuelans have been forced to live for decades.
They don't know how my family lives in Venezuela. They don't know how my 32 friends in jail are surviving.
You weren't there with us. You weren't in Venezuela with us. You weren't there with the millions of, migrants had to move away from Venezuela.